In the previous video, we talked about the fundamentals of typography, what it is, how it works, and how fonts act like a language that helps you express a certain mood or energy in your design. If you're new here, or even new to the tool we're using, which is Canva, I highly suggest you watch our 20-minute course first before diving into this entire series. It's a short but comprehensive guide that will teach you everything you need to know to master the tool in just 20 minutes. Also, quick disclaimer, if you're serious about becoming a graphic designer, you need to start from the very beginning of this playlist and follow through every episode step by step. Each video is designed to build on top of the previous one, so skipping ahead might cause you to miss important concepts that will affect your progress later on. In this episode, we're going to break down the 3 most important font categories you'll use as a designer: serif, sans serif, and script fonts. And the goal here is to help you understand the differences and know exactly when to use each one, so your designs instantly look more intentional and professional. So let's start with serif fonts. These are fonts with small strokes or feet at the ends of letters. They usually feel traditional, elegant, and trustworthy. You'll often see them used in luxury brands, editorial designs like magazines, or anything that wants to feel premium and established. For example, if you're designing a high-end skincare brand, a law firm logo, or even a wedding invitation, serif fonts work really well because they add that sense of sophistication. Here's a quick trivia: serif fonts actually date back to ancient Roman inscriptions, which is why they naturally feel more classic and authoritative. Next, we have sans serif fonts, which literally means without serif. These are clean, simple, and modern. They're the most beginner-friendly and are widely used in digital designs like social media posts, websites, and mobile apps because they're easier to read on screens. If you're creating YouTube thumbnails, business presentations, or startup branding, sans serif fonts are usually the safest and most effective choice. And lastly, we have script fonts. When I first started using Canva, I used to just drag random elements onto the canvas and hope it looked good. Sometimes it worked, most of the time it didn't. I didn't really understand why some designs looked clean and others felt messy. It honestly felt like I was stuck, like I wasn't improving even though I was practicing. That's exactly why we created these beginner-friendly Canva assets. These are designed to help you level up your designs faster while actually understanding what you're doing. Instead of guessing, you start recognizing which elements work, what combinations look good, and what people usually use in real designs. So if you want to stop feeling lost, save time, and finally improve your design skills with confidence, just click the link in the pinned comment down below and start seeing results as soon as you receive your assets, which mimic handwriting or calligraphy. These are expressive, stylish, and more personal, but they should be used carefully. Script fonts are perfect for logos, signatures, or highlight text in designs like invitations or creative branding, but they're not ideal for long paragraphs because they can be hard to read. One important tip here is balance. Don't mix too many styles at once. A common combination is pairing a serif or script font for your headline with a clean sans serif for your body text to maintain readability while still adding personality. If you find this video helpful so far, please consider subscribing to help YouTube algorithm show my video to other people who want to learn Canva in the easiest way. And as promised, if you want to access our totally free Canva crash course, just check out the pinned comment down below. And that's it. You now understand the differences between serif, sans serif, script fonts, and more importantly, when to use each one depending on the style and purpose of your design. If you want to continue improving, make sure to watch the next episode in this series, which you'll find in the pinned comments down below. Let us know in the comments if you have any suggested topics you want us to cover, and I'll see you on our next video.